Hi, Jack.
Hi, good morning, Laura. Good to see you.
Oh,
Please feel
thanks.
free. Come on in.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
Happy to have you.
Great.
Cool.
Jack, thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks so much for coming. This is awesome to have you.
Absolutely. You know, we have been together for just a little over 2 years, and it has been an interesting for me that I now have an appreciation for what it is you actually really do. And I think all of us know, what do we have to do? Eat well and work out.
Yep.
We know that that's what's going to bring us the greatest longevity in the healthiest way, right?
Absolutely.
But honestly, I didn't really appreciate what you really do.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's not that I just came here to work out to feel like I was strengthened and energized, but it was also a mental part of that that's involved.
Absolutely.
And with this COVID that's going on right now, I think that it's more important than ever that we understand and know how we can basically use you.
Yeah.
Jack, what are your clients like right now?
So you hit the nail right on the head. This is a different time. We've definitely unprecedented. So we're working through everything we can. Mental well-being, you touched on, is something very important right now. And I hold that in the forefront of our programs based off of, you know, obviously the physical part, but then making sure when you wake up each morning that you feel your best, that you're getting the best out of each day, and that you want to wake up tomorrow morning and do your best at the same time, right?
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we take that in consideration. It's mind and physical that we look at the same point.
And you've always taken that into consideration, so to speak. But now, have you seen, how have you seen people change in how they're reacting to what it is you do?
Yeah, it's definitely harder when your alarm goes off for the appointment. It's a lot harder for them to get in here. So, you know, we've had this transition a little bit. We're doing more FaceTime appointments to help them still keep the consistency that we're trying to shoot for. But we've talked about mental wellness at each appointment if they need it. You know, we do monthly evaluations, and that's not only the inch measurements that we're going to look at melting off with your waistline, or if you're trying to build muscle tissue like we've done with clients. But
Me.
then right?
I'm getting old.
Yeah, no, it happens. So that metabolism, we're trying to take it to the point where it's the whole person. Right? See how their average day is, and then break that down into making sure they're getting enough sleep, that they're getting enough water, and then making sure that obviously their hormones are in balance at the same point.
So traditionally, we've had outside gyms that the alarm clock goes off and then we have to get to that outside gym. But we don't have that luxury right now. And I want to ask you how it is that you're helping people create an atmosphere. Like, how many of us have spent a lot of money, time, and effort to do the in-home gym, and then we never use it?
Right.
So then when we have a gym that we're paying for, we feel like we're obligated to use it. So that's how we got there. But now, we don't have the luxury of going to a gym. All right, where are we at, Jack? How are we doing this now?
Yeah, so we've been lucky that we keep this a one-on-one personal training studio, so people feel comfortable coming in here, utilizing our facility, that it's not going to be a lot of people in one, that we have a sanitization cart initially where they sanitize, making sure that we're not spreading the disease or anything like that.
We really have had to learn how to pivot and utilize our homes in different ways. And I am getting calls right and left about, I need to refinish my basement.
Right.
And then sure enough, I get there and it's like, okay, we want a workout gym as well.
Right.
And it can't be in the laundry room.
Sure.
So
Gotta be inviting.
again, like these homes that we're going to show, these basements that we're showing right now, these in-home gyms, they can take on a very simple interaction, or they can get really intense.
Absolutely.
And you then have the ability to help people understand what exactly they're going to need to accomplish their end goal, right?
Right. Yeah, because we do meet with people, as little as once a month or 5 times a week.
Okay.
So we do have people work out on their days on their own. So we do encourage them to either have bands, something as small as that, or those gliders, which we'll maybe look at today, TRX bands, or the bigger functional trainers equipment where you can do, it's an all-in-one piece of equipment. So it's a huge, wide range. You don't need a lot. A lot of it's motivation, a lot of it's knowledge, and then we can help give you the structure and knowledge to utilize those pieces of equipment effectively.
So we're actually sitting in the gym that is a residential apartment building. And so this really is your in-home gym, and many apartment buildings have these in-home gyms.
Yep.
You travel to those.
Absolutely, that's how we got our start before we had this luxury apartment building here. We would come to people, and we still do that. Obviously, granted, things have changed a little bit, but that is the most important thing, is utilizing what you have
Right.
at your disposal at the time of wherever you're at.
So how do we determine if I am only able to work from my home or work out from my home? Because, by the way, we're in Cleveland, Ohio, and the weather here, it gets very, how would you say, not friendly.
Right. Like today, basically.
Like today, right.
Right.
Very fast. I mean, I think on average, Cleveland only has 72 days with sunshine. So it gives you an idea.
Right.
So now I'm in my home.
Right.
So again, how do I know what to incorporate in my workout, and do I need a whole workout room? What do I need to do to really accomplish this?
Perfect question. So it determines a couple factors, depending on how frequent you're going to work out.
Okay.
So if you're going to do a total body, or if you're going to split up the muscle groups. So when you come in with us, we split it up because we see you more often.
Right.
But if you got to maximize it, which is a good thing.
Right.
If you're not as frequent and you can't make it in work, things are stressful with kids and stuff like that, we want to maximize the time that you're able to work out.
Right.
So in those 1 or 2 days a week, we've got to do a total body exercise. Okay. So hopefully that helps answer the question a little bit and give you some light on that.
Well, I do remember, so pre-COVID, I used to travel quite a bit, and I know that I would be able to do a FaceTime with Austin. This is Jack, but Austin, who works for you, in my hotel room.
I know,
and it was
right?
ridiculously amazing. Like we were using like the ottoman, chairs, I mean, and again, the floor space was only this big,
Right.
but honest to Pete, I was sweating, so being creative and clever that way. You guys create programs for people also that go and have an outside.
Yeah, all we really need is a 4x4 space.
That's crazy.
And through the personalized app that we have that you referenced, we
Yeah.
can send video tutorials of exercises, what reps, weight, set, technique, form. So you have us at your disposal 24 hours a day.
That makes so much sense. But again, today, like you said, so now we're in our homes, and it's great. Let's plan the workout, right? We go down there and we've got an appointment with you, and we're down in our gym, and Mom, I'm hungry. Right?
Life gets in the way.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't have that before. Or the laundry, all of a sudden it's dinging, and you know that if you don't get it into the dryer, it's going to smell like mildew. So now we're interrupting. So how do we overcome that when we're working in our space?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that we talk about with our clients is dedicating the time that no matter what, you will not be interrupted, either when everybody's back to sleep or early in the morning, which sometimes is a little bit too early, but trying to fit in whatever's convenient for each individual. So that's what we try to do in our consultations that we do as a free consultation to everybody, is figure out those important details to make you the most successful.
Great. Yeah. I also know that The most important thing that I realized a personal trainer actually helped me with is, like we're sitting on these balls.
Sure.
If I didn't have a personal trainer, I wouldn't know to pull my shoulders back, pull my tummy in,
Yep.
and use my core strength.
Absolutely.
And Austin goes through minute details, like
Right.
Laura, your knees don't go over your toes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, to touch on that, that's why I tell people that's the difference in working with a trainer versus on their own.
Yeah.
Some people, they are more than welcome to take that written out workout like online. Have the online app that we've got, take that workout, meet once a month. Some people need the motivation. Some people, they like that motivation. They like the interaction that we want to create. I want this a positive environment where you have the support necessary to achieve the goals that you want.
Sure. All right, so I'm going to ask you a very important question, Jack. You ready? No.
I hope so.
If you could say a sentence or two, what sets you apart? What do I look for in a personal trainer? And is it okay to use a personal trainer and then their nature I'm good with, and now I go to another personal trainer? Talk
The
to me.
perfect question. So when we look at the individual in that consultation that I referenced, we want to get the whole person. So what makes them tick in terms of waking up in the morning, their personality, right?
Right.
Their goals. How are we gonna, I call it the wish list. What
Great,
areas they
I have
want to
one
look
too.
at. Right. Especially the time of the holiday season, right? And then obviously schedule, because it's got to be convenient for people.
Yeah.
So those are the three main factors that we look at in matching the trainer and the client.
Okay.
And sometimes, like for instance myself, I have a client that's lost over 70 pounds that we work really well together. But on the weekends, I have Krista, where she does awesome HIIT class, and one of my clients does the HIIT class, and they work amazingly well together.
Can I do that HIIT class? Can I do a class from my home?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. So we've done
Oh,
online
that's awesome.
workouts before. Yeah. So we usually stream them through either Instagram or Facebook, any social media outlet.
Okay.
And we'd be happy to do that for anybody who's interested.
That is amazing. Jack, again, this has been wonderful. I know that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to want to know, how do they get a hold of you? And I know you had mentioned the app.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure they understand that, and again, can ask you questions. Okay, how do we do that?
Perfect, thank you so much. Yeah, go to our website at www.junkerfitnesscle.com. We have an online inquiry you could fill out, and we can schedule a free consultation. I tell everybody that we personalize each individual program for the individual towards their lifestyle and their budget. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. All right. So if you want to learn more and why and how, get a hold of Jack. They're amazing. They
Love
really
them,
are.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. All right. We'll see you next week. Get ready for another adventure.